Hey there, and welcome to today's explainer. Look, if you're an expectant mom, or maybe you're cheering one on, you already know that pregnancy throws a ton of new info your way. And yeah, sometimes it throws a curveball too. Today, we're zooming in on an empowering, super straightforward guide to handling one of those specific curveballs: gestational diabetes. We're pulling some fantastic insights straight from the Gestational Diabetes Management and Prevention Guide. Our goal? To totally cut through the medical jargon and hand you a simple, actionable checklist for your daily routine. You absolutely have the power to handle this, and by the time we wrap up here, you're going to see exactly how a few simple tweaks can protect both you and your little one.
Okay, let's dive into this. Understanding gestational diabetes. So the very first step to tackling any health curveball is just understanding what we're actually looking at, right? It strips away all that anxiety. Now, it is so easy to feel totally isolated by a new diagnosis, but get this. Gestational diabetes affects roughly 1 in 7 pregnancies worldwide. Think about that for a second. That means you are absolutely 100% not alone in this. Millions of women navigate this completely successfully every single year. And honestly, because it's such a common shared experience all over the globe, the medical community knows exactly what you need to do to manage it.
Moving right along to Section 2, Early Action and Diagnosis.
When we talk about effectively managing gestational diabetes, timing is quite literally everything. You want to get ahead of the curve. The guide heavily emphasizes early diagnosis and proactive treatment, specifically catching it before your 20th week of pregnancy. But why that 20-week mark, you ask? Well, physiologically, right around then, the placenta kicks into overdrive, producing huge amounts of hormones that can actually cause insulin resistance. So, getting diagnosed early gives you this vital runway to stop serious health issues before they even start. It flips your role from just reacting to a problem to proactively shielding your health. Once you've got a plan in place before week 20, the daily management, it just becomes your new, completely doable normal for the rest of your pregnancy.
Which brings us to Section 3, your daily health checklist.
Creating a daily routine is honestly the most empowering step you can take, and this brilliantly illustrates what it comes down to: 3 essential lifestyle adjustments. Step 1, dietary changes. Now, hear me out. This is not about eating less, it's about eating smarter. You're basically swapping out refined carbs for whole grains, loading up on high-fiber veggies, and, this is a big one, always pairing your fruit with a lean protein. That simple trick stops sudden blood sugar spikes in their tracks. Step 2 is regular exercise. We're talking a moderate 30-minute walk after meals. That physical movement literally pulls glucose right out of your bloodstream and into your muscles, drastically boosting your body's insulin sensitivity. And step 3 is continuous glucose monitoring. Keeping a close eye on those numbers means you always know exactly where you stand. This checklist right here, it puts the control squarely back in your hands every single day.
Next up, Section 4, Diet and Exercise Benefits.
So, why are we doing all this? Well, by actively managing your glucose levels with these lifestyle adjustments, you're hitting 2 massive birds with 1 stone. You're preventing serious health hiccups for yourself, and you're actively protecting your baby's health. Those key dietary changes keep your blood sugar perfectly stable, which stops the baby from growing too large. That's a condition called macrosomia, and it can make delivery really complicated. Meanwhile, that regular exercise we talked about acts like a natural engine, burning through that sugar effectively. Plus, keeping your glucose stable stops the baby's tiny body from overproducing its own insulin. That is a game changer because it protects them from scary blood sugar crashes right after they're born. Together, your diet and exercise form this absolute powerhouse combo that keeps both of you safe.
Let's move to and see how this builds into long-term health protection.
Here is something really cool to think about. The healthy habits you're building right now, they don't just magically vanish once your baby arrives. They actually transition into a master plan for your lifelong wellness. During pregnancy, sure, your focus is laser-targeted on continuous glucose monitoring and those daily lifestyle tweaks. But after pregnancy, the game plan has to evolve. The source guide points out a pretty crucial reality check. Women who experience gestational diabetes do face a significantly higher lifetime risk of developing type 2 diabetes down the road. Because of that, your short-term routine of daily glucose monitoring needs to shift into a lifelong commitment to regular medical screenings. Your hard work right now totally sets the stage, but sticking with those ongoing doctor visits long after delivery, that's the secret sauce that will protect you for decades.
Which brings us to a final, pretty powerful thought. How will your healthy pregnancy habits protect your future?
Think about it. Those targeted dietary changes, the daily after-dinner walks, the proactive monitoring, these are definitely not just temporary band-aids to get you through 9 months. They are literally the ultimate foundation for your lifelong health. By embracing this simple, everyday checklist right now, you are ensuring a safe pregnancy, absolutely, but more than that, you're empowering yourself to stay strong, healthy, and fiercely vigilant for your family for years and years to come. So take this advice, build that routine, and take charge of your health. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I will see you next time.